Hi everyone, so I wanted to come on here and give you guys a quick webinar about older adults and exercise participation. So my goal was to create a program to increase older adults' participation in physical activity, and I wanted to focus on two main things, balance and aerobics. So I did make a mini checklist of four things that I wanted to include in the program. I wanted something that had to be fun, of course it had to be active, I wanted to include a safe environment for the older adults, and maybe see if a social factor had anything to do with it. So what is the importance of physical activity? The increasing population of older adults makes the importance of physical activity very high, as we want this population to thrive and lead their best lives. Sedentary lifestyles increase all causes of mortality, double the risk of cardiovascular disease, diabetes, obesity, increase high blood pressure, lipid disorders, depression, and anxiety, just to name a few. And many of these conditions are actually preventable through exercise, especially. And if you want to continue the lifestyle that you have now, exercise is really going to help you. So, how active are we really? Only 25 to 30% of older adults are actually meeting the Canadian Physical Activity Guidelines. So, as people age, they begin to become more and more inactive. So, it's almost like they're too scared because they're scared they're going to injure themselves because they don't feel strong enough, so they avoid those activities, or simply they avoid inactivity because they think they're too old to be able to do something. So, what are the personal benefits of exercise? Increased strength and balance, good for building friendships, meeting new people, decreased chances of falls, healthier aging, more energy, improved heart health, improved memory, improved mobility, and you'll feel better knowing that a family member or spouse is stronger and healthier, ultimately safer living by themselves. So, why choose exercise first? There's less side effects than taking drugs, it's a less invasive option, it's easier to prevent than to cure and fix. There are many benefits compared to just taking a drug, which helps remedy only one condition or symptom. It also helps maintain independence. So, what does exercise actually look like? Does it look like this? What about this? So, exercise can be 10 to 60 minutes of any of these activities, including brisk walking, taking the stairs, yoga, even walking around the mall, gardening, lawn bowling, golf, even vacuuming the house can be considered vigorous activity if you hustle. So, the overview of the program that I want to implement. So, I want to implement a swimming aerobic program. These programs both have a balance and aerobic factor. And the pools is definitely a safe environment to train that balance. And we want to improve joint pain in hips and knees, so that's really going to allow us to do that in a low impact environment. Also, just something to note that was kind of interesting, avid swimmers have less postural sway compared to non-swimmers. This demonstrates that balance is actually really being tested and is improved with swimming. So for the reach aspect, I want to have weekly swim class that people attend, but you must bring a friend. The participants will also get a 2-for-1 swim pass for that specific class. And the goal here is to increase participation by having their friends motivate them and the financial aspect of it as well. So here we were including the social aspect of the setting, so you're bringing your friend along, you're going to motivate each other, you might enjoy the class more being around someone that you haven't seen in a while maybe. And then perhaps monthly we can give out 23 trial class passes to the first 20 people who claim them. And that's going to maybe increase awareness for future participants as well. So to measure the efficacy of the program, at the beginning of each session, we want anyone who doesn't feel 100% that day to put a pool noodle on the pool deck. So after the session is over, we want to reassess how they feel. So anyone that put a noodle on the deck, we're going to ask them to take it away if they feel better after the swimming session. So if there's less noodles in the pile. That means they feel better. The session was successful. And also, we're going to conduct surveys before they start the program and 8 weeks after they begin their classes to see how they feel and compare everything. So for the adoption of the program, we want to use the foot in the door approach. So that bring a friend 2-for-1 deal will really get participants for this class. Perhaps this program will make people feel so good they come back by themselves to other classes, and hopefully they're paying full price for those other classes if they're not members of the rec center or however the rec center is working. So we will have this class available 3 times a week, one one day or one time a week for the 2-for-1 deal, and that way people can get their feet wet, pun intended, and try it out to see if they even like the class and they want to continue with it. Also, another good thing that we could do for the adoption of this program is literally show them this webinar detailing the effectiveness and benefits of activity in the older population. So, implementation. So we really want to have monthly meetings where the facilitators learn about the importance of the program and the reasons why we deliver it. We also want to have follow-up meetings regarding progress, suggestions for the future. And then I also want to do random pop-ups by me or another RKin to check on how classes are running. These steps will ensure the program is kept to its original intentions. So the maintenance. So I really want to host a trial run and look at the retention rates. So do participants continue to come in on a weekly basis? Are they coming in once a week on the 2-for-1 deal? Are they coming once a month? So how often are they coming? Perhaps when newcomers sign up, we can ask them to fill out the questionnaire then, and then 8 weeks later, have them take the survey again and see if they actually thought that the program was effective or helped them improve any sort of health outcomes. So again, my other roles within the program, I really want to host monthly pop-ups at the recreation centers to educate people about the program, what it's all about, what it helps with, what it's good for. I also want to circulate some emails and posters to the rec center so they can forward it to people within their company and as well distribute them to the public. Again, post some bulletin board flyers detailing the info about the benefits of swimming and balance. And I would also develop the proper questionnaires that are going to be administered before the program and during the program.